Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money.
Good day, viewers. This is Morning Radio, and we are on transport segment of the program. My name is Winifred Ugbebo, and with me in the studio, as you can see, is our in-house analyst, AGK. AGK, it's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, viewers, today we are going to be looking at the aviation sector. The Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, said all preparations for the establishment of the national carrier, Nigeria Air, are concluded, and the airline will kick off within 6 to 8 weeks. That is cheering news, Nigerians will say. Now, AGK, let's go straight to the point. How prepared are we? Or how feasible is this national carrier?
I don't know. You know, we had an issue of having to have up to 4 different dates postponed.
Yes.
This whole thing started like 7 years ago. When the first official logo was launched in London. At the point it was suspended.
With pomp and pageantry.
Yes, at the point it was suspended. We came back again. After about 1 year, we came back. We started another it's suspended again. Then from 2021, the minister got serious about it and started having dates. We say middle of the year, we say end of the year. But the fact is that now he gave us a date. As of September, he said between 6 to 8 weeks we'll have a national carrier.
Okay. So we are looking at December period.
Yes. If you calculate it.
But if I may chip in, why the urgency now? You know, we are having
they are running
at the
out
twilight
of
of 8 years administration.
They are running out of time. They have to do something before they go. And the process has been initiated for a long time. So it is normal that they actualize it. You can't just have a process hanging and leave it. That's a big project, remember. You can't have a process and it's a PPP project. It's not a full government sponsored program.
Yes.
Government
we
just have about 5%.
are coming to that. And also, is even a story done by you. You said the minister said the airline has commenced recruitment of pilots, cabin crew, and the aircraft will be coming into the country in a week's time.
Yes. As of that September, there was an advert for the recruitment. Yes. Because initially, let me explain something. Initially, it was supposed to be a workplace program where you go to an airline, established airline, like Ethiopia, for example, Ethiopian Airlines, for example, and you arrange with them. They give you plane, their pilots, their crew, everything. You brand it Nigerian Airways, you use it. That was their initial arrangement. So along the line, Nigeria started complaining, how can you do something of that magnitude, national carrier, and you are planning a work list because you're going to pay those people with dollars. You take care of everything, but you're not the owner. So why do that? Why not go and buy the plane and employ your own pilots to fly it? Yeah. So government had a rethink, and they decided to employ their own people. That's why they put up that advert. So now they are in the process as we speak. They are doing the employment, they are doing the screening, everything. They are going to have their own plane. According to the ministers,
we've seen situations whereby who you know or all this godfatherism always comes out, especially when it concerns recruitment, federal government recruitment exercise. So what are they putting in place? Because we are talking about Nigerian carrier and these cabin crew and all whatnot. They have to be experienced.
There are some places where you don't do hire. Airline is a serious business. You need professionals.
So it's football.
You can't. No, football is not as serious as airline. Anybody can kick ball. But you can't bring, for example, the president's niece or nephew and say, go and fly the plane when he's not a pilot, when she's not a pilot. So the person has
now, apart from the pilot, we have the cabin
crews are professionals. They don't,
no,
that's the mistake we're making. You don't just carry somebody and make the person a cabin crew. All of them go to aviation schools. Yes. Even if you are a graduate in other fields, if you want to join that line, you have to be trained in aviation courses. So you must be a professional. So I don't think this one has anything. We don't need to be afraid of hanky panky in the recruitment. What we just need to do is to get the best and start it. Recruitment, the staff is not a problem. We have enough manpower in the but even if they are related to the people and they know the job, they should do the job. The problem is get the place ready, get the process sorted out, and let's start it. And let's be serious about it. Let's not have an airline that will just come and fly and everybody will shout it. Nigeria Airways has started, and within the next year, they say they have collapsed. So I think that's why they are trying to put everything in place.
Now, Ejike, as we prepare to flag up our national career, how prepared, how ready are we? We are talking about Nigerian Airways, as big as Nigerian Airways was in those states, it still collapsed. What are the lessons learned?
The difference is that the major difference between the former national carrier and the one being proposed now is that one was owned by the government fully. That's why we had a situation where the managing director's sister, brother, girlfriend, any person can just come and you give you a free ticket. Now we're talking about public partnership. Ethiopian Airlines has the highest ticket.
Yes, I was coming to that because you did say that the after a careful, detailed, and the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission (ICRC) governed selection process, Ethiopian Airlines (ET) consortium has been selected as the preferred bidder, offering an owner consortium of 3 Nigerian investors, MRS, SACCO, and the Nigerian Sovereign Fund 46%, while federal government own 5% and ET 49%. How does it work? I don't really understand. ET 49%.
Yes,
Federal
Ethiopian
government.
Airlines owns 49%. They are the single largest ownership of the airline. Yes, single largest stakeholder, 49%. 46% is for Nigerians who want to buy it.
Okay.
Individuals, conglomerates, agencies, organizations can decide to buy it. You have 46% of that. Then 5% is for the government. The government should have a stake, of course. So government will own 5% of it. So total, that means Nigerians plus government will have 51%.
Okay.
Ethiopia Airlines will have 49%. But in the terms of the singular stakeholder that has the highest share is Ethiopian Airlines. So we need to understand that. So it's not. We raise questions actually. How are you trying to establish an airline, national carrier, and you allow African country airline to come and hold the largest shares? But remember, this Ethiopian airline has proven to be a good organization. They've been doing it. In Ethiopia, Ethiopian airline is not run by the government. It's run by private people. So it's not as if the government of Ethiopia owns it. They don't own it. But they've been running it and they've been successful. We have Kenya Airways, we have Rwanda, Egyptian, all of them. They will come, they will grow, they will go down. The Ethiopian airline has been there. So I believe, I'm not speaking for government, but I believe that it must have been part of the reason why they decided to say, okay, let's trust these people with our airline and see what they can do. If they can do it in Ethiopia, they can do it in Nigeria. So I believe that's why they gave them the opportunity. Let's see how it goes.
So you are of the opinion that this time around Nigeria is going to get it right as compared to the old Nigerian Airways.
Yes, the ownership structure, I think, since it's quite different from the old one, we are going to have a difference. Because now, Ethiopia Airlines has 49%. Nigeria has contributed money for 5%. Government has to go. Nobody can wake up and just go and say, hey, Oga, managing director, my wife is traveling, give him ticket. You can't do that. It's a personal business now. So all those mismanagement, if the MD messes up because he knows somebody in government, they can call a board meeting and they remove him.
But now, who has with ET, that is Ethiopian Airlines now, having the larger share? Does it mean that they will be in full control?
That's part of the argument. In fact, that day we had a lot of argument. But what the minister was emphasizing is that since the Nigerians only 45% and the government having 5%, if we join them together, that is 51%. 51% should be larger than 49%. But at the same time, we have to face reality. The person that is owning the 49% is the person that will take the decision sometimes. Yes, because there is no guarantee that the 45% and 5% can agree on some things.
Exactly.
So definitely the person that has the 49% will be the highest person to take a decision at some point.
Yeah.
So these are the issues and these are the things
No,
that I think that we need to work on.
yes, but with this agreement, is it that before we go on the break, is it that the 49 shares percent of the shares are going public?
49% is already for Ethiopia.
Yes, why
45%?
Okay,
45% is for public.
So public.
5% is for government.
Okay, that is 50.
That's 51.
51. Okay. Now,
46, 5%. Public 46, 5% government, 49 Ethiopia.
okay, now this public, is it for Nigerians only or
You
the
can
same
buy.
Ethiopians?
No, you
I mean,
as an individual.
I know how it works. But this public that we are talking about, is it for just Nigerian public alone or the same Ethiopians too?
No, Ethiopia cannot buy into it. Foreigners cannot
No,
buy
for
into
the
it.
I'm talking about their public now.
No, the 49% is for Ethiopian Airlines
I know.
as an
The
organization.
one that they are going public with for the shares, you say it's for Nigerians that will buy
The
it.
46%.
46%. Sorry, yes, I just want us to be clear. It's just for Nigerians
It's
only.
for Nigerians to invest in companies.
Just Nigerians. I just want us to be
Nigerians.
clear.
No, Ethiopia,
The
no,
other
foreigners
other
cannot
foreigners
come.
cannot
If
buy.
you allow that, then you can see a situation where Ethiopia can use a project to buy.
That is what
and
I wanted to
later
find out.
buy-
That is where I was coming to, because
course.
it was it made explicit that no, this was
It's for Nigerian
it's for Nigerian
investors.
investors.
At least they've not told us that foreigners can come in for now.
Good. Because I just wanted us to be clear, because if it were thrown open, who knows, Ethiopians themselves will also buy more shares and then they have them taking over the control and ownership of Nigerian Air. Well, that's that for that now. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll be looking into more issues surrounding the forthcoming Nigerian Airways, which is to bet. Nigerian Air, sorry. Don't go away, stay tuned.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money.
Welcome back. This is transportation sector of Money Radio, reaching you on leadership television. My name is Winifred. With me in the studio is a guest, is an in-house guest analyst. His name is AGK. AGK, thank you so much once again.
Yeah.
And of course, we've been having discussion on Nigeria Air, how far with preparations ahead of the planned takeoff. The federal government, they say that the Nigerian Air will bet within about 6 to 8 weeks. 8 weeks. So we every Nigerians have been keeping our fingers crossed, awaiting the bet of Nigerian Air. Now, AGK, still on our discussion, I want to find out from you, because you did say that on the money spent so far, the minister said the money spent for the launch of Nigerian Air about 400 million naira for all the requirements to establish an AOC and be admitted, starting an online operation is well within the 5% capital investment of the federal government of Nigeria that will be overall needed to establish the national carrier initially for the AOC approval, and everything also required by stringent national aviation regulations as prescribed in the FEC approved outline business case. Now, can you throw more light on this?
Yeah, there were issues about money spent. There were these issues of spending 7.8 billion in
Yes.
London for the launch of the logo, spending 1,000 billion everywhere. So what the minister was trying to do is he put it on record that so far, what Nigeria has spent is about 400 million. And this 400 million is within that 5% ownership. You know, they own 5% share.
Yes, it's just
So
a small
it's
bit.
within. Now, the total cost of that proposed cost for the Nigeria Air is about $350 million to 400, $350 million. So if you divide it by share, you understand now. The, what he's saying is that that 400 million is within their 5% ownership.
Okay.
They've not exceeded their 5% ownership. So the money they've spent so far is still within the 5%. Now, Ethiopian Airlines, by my belief, is also spending more because they own 49%. Of course, maybe they're the one buying the planes because, according to the minister, the planes are already bought. They're already branding some. So they will be doing that. The Nigerian shareholders who will invest the remaining 45%, I believe some of them are still waiting to see if this thing will work. By the time you launch it and people see the plane, what I think they will do is to go into public announcement of selling shares, and they will now sell that 46%.
They have to list it on the Nigerian Stock
Of
Exchange.
course, of course, it's a public liability company. So these are the process. And what he was trying to say that the money they spent is 400 million. That's the record now.
But how far, ADK, I want to take you back a little. How far, have you, during the launching of Nigerian Air in UK, as you pointed out, did they have Ethiopian Air, or this Ethiopian Air just came in eventually?
No, the process was driven by the Nigerian government. Of course, you have to drive it to a point where these investors will come in. Then Ethiopia, it wasn't even Ethiopian IRIC was even listed as part of the preferred bidder. Even Airpeace, a lot of airlines came in and they wanted to take over. Okay, let's invest. All you can think of any British, I'm sure, because so many companies actually came to bid for that 49%. But at the end of the day, this particular decision was taken between 2021 and 2022. And you remember when they went to that London show, it was 7 years. So
wow.
I believe then.
Is that long now?
Yeah, then all these things were not in place. They didn't know who was going to be. In fact, even the Ethiopia or whoever did not believe in the project. You can't believe on what you're not seeing. It was, I believe, it's after a while when they must have seen that this government, okay, they are serious about this. And we have seen that Nigeria has the market and everything. Let's invest. That's when Ethiopia came and bidded for it when it was at the highest. So after the whole sorting, after everything, the government came up and said, okay, Ethiopia will work with you. And now we have Ethiopia as the preferred bidder. Then the most important thing in this question is that we now know that what they've spent so far is 400 million as of September anyway, because I believe they will be spending more, but they are trying to make sure that the thing comes on board before December. And to add to it, the president gave them a standing order this week that the airline must come on before end of the year. So anything, and I think the Minister of Aviation will brief within this week or next week on the development so far. So maybe in our next program we'll have more to say on that.
Thank you so much. And the minister also said Nigerian Air will launch with a shuttle service between Abuja and Lagos to establish a new, comfortable, reliable, and affordable travel between these two major Nigerian airports. Now I'm at a loss.
Yeah.
It's not a domestic flight, is it? It's not international flight.
It's domestic and international.
Okay. Domestic and
international. See, the idea is this: you can't. It's only government money that you can spend in here. You can't bring in a new airline and start running London, Abu Dhabi, everywhere at the same time. So it's natural. Where is the most viable place in Nigeria? It's Lagos and Abuja. You start with that one. By the time people start seeing that this thing is working, you put your shuttle in another place. Maybe you go to Port Harcourt or Kano. Then you talk about London. Definitely they will go abroad because they are buying the place. So they must have one for abroad. Then they have one for it. So what I'm thinking they will do, apart from what he said, Lagos, Abuja, they will also have one for international flight. Maybe Dubai or London. Because I think Dubai is one of the busiest places in Nigeria. You can go to Dubai or London. Then you start from there. Then as time goes on, you start expanding. But it's something you do gradually. And it works with trust. When people start saying that you're serious and you're meeting up your time, if you say your flight is 7 a.m., 7 a.m. you're taking off. Not the one you say 7 a.m. like some airlines. 7 a.m. they will stay there till 12 or 2 or cancel. So by the time they see that you're serious, within 3 months, 6 months, you have to expand.
Considering how many Nigerians perceive Nigerian government things, do you think it will engender trust in Nigerians to fly the airline?
Yeah, I think in terms of the quality of the plane, you can't even fly because of the international regulations and Nigerian regulation, SAA and all those things. You can't bring any kind of plane to manage. That one is out of it. Everything must be standard. But where we may have issues is management. And thank God we are dealing with foreign partners who have been doing the business, Ethiopian Airlines.
Yes.
So I think they will just bring what is this. As far as I'm concerned, this airline has everything to come out successful. But Ethiopian Airline management will just bring in their expertise, how they've been doing the other one, and set up here and start doing it. It won't be, government will not interfere.
Yes.
You won't just 5%. You can't bring 2 million out of 100 million, for example. You bring 2 million and I bring 80 million, and you're telling me what to do. You can't do that. So it's a good setting. The setting is okay. It's just for us to have smooth operation and starting. As soon as we have smooth start off, take off, I think everything will fall in place. I think the only concern is let us start first. Let us start. If the minister says the planes we already been branded, painted, Nigerian come and all those things. They will come in later to kick off. And in fact, within that September, I said within 1-2 weeks, some of them will start coming. As a matter of fact, I think they're starting with about 3. The standard is 2 or 3 planes. That's the standard of setting up an airline. 2 or 3. You can have 20 if you have so much money. But the standard is 2 or 3. So Nigeria, they say they are starting with 3. And the target is that in the nearest future, they will expand to 30 or 40 planes within 2 years. So let's see how it goes. If it comes out well, it will be easy for them to do. And I think they have the possibility of achieving this.
And you think Nigeria now, given the inflows or presence of other airlines in the country, Nigerian Air can compete favorably with other airlines that we have?
Because, we already have a challenge in Nigeria when we have aviation problem, aviation fuel, which is about 1,000 a liter. We have another crisis of forex and all those things. So Nigerian Air coming on board is coming at the right time. I think most of the things they will not be talking about dollar because you must, even though it's Ethiopia, you must carry Nigerian currency. It's Nigerian Air. Everything will have to be Nigerianized if there's anyone like that. So I don't think it's going to have an issue. It's going to enter the market at the normal time and kick off well. The Airpeace and all these airlines, privately owned.
Epoch Air.
Even Air, at least it's even government, but Airpeace is by individual. We have Arik, okay, all those ones, they are managing their airline. Then this one shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. I don't see them having any problem. They are going to enter the market. The market is already there for them. They just to enter, operate, have a standard management, and you kick off.
So at the end of the day, what are your permutations for Nigerian Air?
I am expecting that before end of this year they will start. Or later by January. That's one. 2, because election is required. So I am expecting that they should start before the election. Because they are going to use it to campaign. So December they should start. Then between November, there should be the plane should be in Nigeria at least. The minister likes show. I'm sure he will carry journalists to go and see that the planes are ready. We are ready to kick off. Then every other thing should be in place. The only thing that is going to delay is that investment, that 46% expected from Nigeria. I'm sure Nigerians will wait for the airline to start so that they will be sure at this thing have started before they start investing. So these are the.
Just before we go, I hope maybe the contract was well signed and dotted, because we've seen situations whereby maybe foreigners or foreign businesses, they sign MOUs, sign terms of references with federal government. At the end of the day, they cancel it because of maybe interventions, or what do you call it?
Where
By
are you?
by
where-
federal government. So I hope we are not going to see this kind of situation.
You see, where you have issues like that is where you, assuming Nigeria has spent beyond that 5%. If Ethiopia has actually invested, I know they've invested, and I believe they are the ones that bought it. That's where Boko can't be pulling out or canceling anything when I've invested a lot and you've invested your own.
When you see maybe federal government is trying to, how do we
Interfere
exactly
in the running of,
interfere in the
don't
running of things?
interfere in
You know,
something
you
that you
can't
don't own.
get angry.
No, you can't do that. You can only work. Whether we like it or not, there will be an area of compromise. Because even if the minister is traveling and is going with Ethiopian Airlines, he can delay the flight. Let me refer to
You see what they're
it.
saying.
It's not even owned by government. It's owned by. But these are things that happen in every country. There are some powerful people that can delay some things. It happens. I've traveled with one minister in Egypt, and the whole protocol was stopped because of the minister from Nigeria. In Egypt too, it's not even in Nigeria. So it happens all over the world. So things happen.
Hope we are not going to see more of it. That
No,
will
the most
infuriate.
important thing is that you don't interfere with the operations, the running and the operations of it. If you have all these small, then of course you see small interference here and there. I am bored in your place, delay for me, all those ones will happen. It's natural. But in terms of management, I want this thing to be done. And no, you can't do it in my country where I invested in. You can't do that. You remember Nigeria has, we have a lot of agreements. There's something I thought, let's not go deep. There are some agreements we sign with airlines that are internationally binding.
Yes.
You can't just wake up and start treating it like that. So you must follow the rules.
Okay, thank you so much, well, viewers. This is where we've come to the end of today's program. And if you are just joining in, we are looking at the aviation sector. Nigerian Air, how prepared are we for the kickoff? It's okay. It's been a pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you for
I don't know when you for the but don't forget, same time, same station next week. We'll be here. I remain Winifred. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.